Christ we find unshakable hope. Our rock, our foundation, helping us to
Hello,
grow.
welcome to my channel Judge All Nation. In this video, Christian Prince will make understanding and education about Islam to all Muslims. Also, Christian Prince educates Muslims that in the Lord Jesus there is truth and no other. Now let's take a look and see what Christian Prince will tell you by arguing with Muslims. Enjoy watching this video and God bless you.
Anyway, we have Abdool Nazhim. I think he's a Muslim. How are you doing, Abdool Nazhim?
Yes, I'm all right. How about you?
I'm fine. What do you think about Muhammad? Is he
So,
a good person or a bad person?
I mean, in my position, I think he's a good person, but
Explain to us.
others can have different views.
No, I am
So,
interested in your position. Give us the reason
okay.
to think he is.
So here's the thing. Different people can be idolized or hated depending on who they helped or harmed
Hmm.
throughout the path of their lives, right? Which is the case where you see some national heroes that are idolized by the country that they have because they had such an important role in independence and stuff like that, but they're completely hated by the surrounding region or the other groups that they fought against. And I think Muhammad alayhi salatu salam, fits that category.
All right. See, you are talking about like a person who is from an ethnic group, and then the neighbors who they are from different ethnic group, and there's a
It
war
could be
between them.
controversial, you know.
It
It could
could
be
be.
for any reason,
Okay.
not just ethnicity. Yeah.
What is the reason? What is the reason the family of Muhammad, the uncle of Muhammad, they hate him?
Wasn't it because he was lenient
Because
on
what?
Muhammad?
Because what?
Alayhi salam. It was lenient on him.
Lenient?
Like he was. It's because he was lenient with Muhammad, no? Alayhi salam.
What is the reason for that?
I'm not too aware. Like I'm not too into
Okay.
history to that extent.
Let us
Yes.
discuss me and you in a very like a friendly way.
Sure.
In your religion, in your books, it says, if the prophet, his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her, so the prophet can F her. I'm not insulting
If
you. I'm not insulting you, but I'm saying, let us say Abdool Nazhim, the prophet come to visit
yes,
him, okay? And again, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just saying, as an example,
yeah, feel free.
he
Yeah.
come to your house, his eyes fall into your woman, which means he like your wife. And now,
Yes.
because the prophet, he like your wife, you have to divorce her so he can sleep with her. What do you feel about this?
Of course. This question is basically, I think, on two levels of the individual. So obviously, there is a part of you that would completely be against that, but on the other hand, it's if you are a believer, right? If you're a believer, as in that case in Muhammad alayhi salatu salam, then that would be an obligation on your end.
Why it's an obligation to give your wife to a man? He claimed to be a good person. He claimed to be a good person. You are married to her. She is your wife. She is not his wife.
Well, here's the thing. Would he basically be marrying her against her will?
No, you see, yes, against her will, because the husband must divorce her.
No, I'm saying so the question of whether she will marry him or not, I think that falls
First
on
of
her.
all, there's no marriage.
I mean, in that scenario,
First of all,
right? Because
there is no marriage. The prophet, he have 16 privilege, and it says clearly the husband must divorce her so the prophet can F her.
yes.
Okay.
So
When it says
basically, my responsibility.
when it says a must, if there is now opinion or it's not up to you, it's a must.
So here's what I'm saying. My responsibility is to divorce, right?
No.
What happens
No.
next is not.
This is not divorce, because simply a divorce is your choice to divorce.
Oh,
It is.
are you saying?
You must
Yes, go ahead.
let your women go, because the prophet, his eyes fall into her. So this is a
let me
privilege number 10.
let me just read this real quick so that I can, like,
Mm.
resonate completely with what you're saying. Um, طلاقها. It says divorce. وجب على زوجها طلاقها.
Yeah,
So I think in the first example we basically elaborated it well. So on my end, the responsibility is divorce.
how
If
that
that
is
is
a
the case, then
responsibility,
yes.
my friend. You are divorcing by choice? No. It says wajaba, and you speak Arabic. Wajaba ala zawjiha
Yep.
talaqa. So wajaba mean
Yeah. So
he
yes,
must.
I would.
Okay. So now
I would.
I force you to divorce your wife. How he is a good man?
Against my preference, I would. But here's another thing. You know that in there's an interesting case that I don't think a lot of Muslims may know about, right? One of the conditions of marriage, for example, is what they would say is kafa'at al-nasab,
Hmm.
right? Where there would be like a lineage equivalence between the two. And there was a
How that is a good
what?
religion? How that make Muhammad a good nasab? Muhammad is from very bad nasab. His lineage is
No,
very
not
bad.
him,
Uh-huh.
not him. I'm just saying in general, right? There are a few things that could divorce a person. Imagine if it's like a priest, right?
Hmm.
They would basically bring two people together. So when we are getting married in the first place, on which authority are we getting married? And who restricted our marriage in the first place? So we see that the marriage was restricted and allowed, right, based on a certain Sharia by Prophet Muhammad. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So if he is the person who brought it in, he can easily be the person that would annul it.
But you see here, all what we are seeing, Muhammad is forcing the man to divorce his wife so he can sleep with her, not because of any of the
Hmm.
excuse you are making up. You are just
No,
adding.
I'm not.
Yeah, but it says
I'm
here
not
in front
saying
of you, if his eyes fall into a woman, which means if he like a woman, what is their problem? Why the husband must divorce her? Because the prophet now he want her.
yes.
So the
I
excuse you are
completely
giving me,
agree with
okay,
that.
so why? I mean, the guy is married. There's many women there. Muhammad have many wives. Why you want to go after a woman? She is married, happily married. The husband is, is okay with his wife. Why? Because I'm a prophet. I can take the wife of somebody. How you Muslim you claim that Islam command you to be a good person and not to look at the. Do Islam command you not to look at the wife of somebody else or allow you to look at the wife of somebody else?
Yes, but you
Yes,
want to
what?
see
Yes,
you
what?
want me
Yes,
yes,
what?
but it does tell you to not look at the wife of
Can you
somebody,
show me?
but
Can you show me?
it's I don't think I can pull it off immediately, but I do know
Oh,
of Abd al-Basar,
okay. I will accuse
which
you.
is like pretty
I will assume it exists. But this doesn't mean Muhammad is a bad
okay.
person because if Islam says to you, you should not look at the women, she is not yours, and this is what the Bible teach.
Hmm.
Then Muhammad he broke his own religion and he is being a bad person because
Here's
the one who look at the other women, she is
hmm.
not his woman. Is he a bad person or a good person?
Here's the interesting concept, Christian. So this is a matter that still perplexes me, but I would like to just say how I would think of it, right? And answer your question directly. Like I don't like making, as you said, like making excuses or any of that kind of stuff. So when I was reading, right, on especially like let's talk about the Sunni branch here, right,
Mhm.
which is Sahih Bukhari, right?
Mhm.
It seems to me that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would break actions that other believers would be obliged by.
Mhm.
So, for example, let's say that you would have to drink water sitting, right, which is considered like the common thing. Well, once you go to the text, you see like, oh, he drank water standing, or let's say like a couple of other examples, especially like when doing your business and the bathroom and stuff, he would face in a certain way, or other examples on those lines. So to me, it's kind of like a mystery, really. Why he basically has like even when it comes to wives, which like because you would have four wives, but he can go beyond that. So it seems that and like even by the obligations of him having qiyam, right? He has a different set of uh, obligations and the way that he works. So for the violation of the four which we had, which regular people have,
Mm.
it was for the reason of at least that's what I was taught, right? You may have looked into it in other places. It's for the sake of having alliances
Mhm.
and like starting alliances and like in the beginning of his prophecy and all of that stuff. So I think
Until now,
if
you are
he
not giving the
violates,
answer, my
if
friend.
he saw her, yeah, if he saw her, then he saw something good in her or something that
Oh,
was
okay,
of importance to his
okay,
mission.
okay. Listen, listen, listen.
Yeah.
I mean, what you gave me is really, I don't want to be insulting. So now you are saying to me, and again, I'm not trying to insult you. If I go to your
Mm.
house and you see something good in your wife, like let's say her butt, I like her butt, and now you are justifying that I am still a good
You won't
person.
like it. You
Maybe
won't like it. You
why?
as an individual, you will not like it whatsoever.
Why?
Honestly, I'm saying like you're asking me like a straight because to you obviously you
What
would want to
Muhammad
be
he
with your
like
wife,
in this women? I mean,
just
listen,
like
first of all,
yeah.
how he allow himself to like the women if the woman is married? Shouldn't he prevent himself? Shouldn't he say to himself, shame to do? What is sin about? If I accept or I wanted to take anything I like, I mean, you walk in the street, there's a million women, they look good.
Let me
So now,
um
what you are
yeah,
saying to
go ahead.
me, obviously the prophet he saw something
Mhm.
in those women, and because they
Mhm.
have something he like, he can take her.
Mhm.
Well, what about the other guy?
Yeah,
Can he take the wife of Muhammad?
no,
Why?
he
Not
can't even marry the wife of him if she was divorced because that's a thing. But
okay.
can I bring it
So
close
here we
to an
notice.
example that we already know?
So now we hear we need what we heard from you that Muhammad have a privilege. He can take women of everybody. Nobody can take his wife, even if they are divorced. Correct?
Yep. But
Okay. Why?
can I bring an
Why? No.
example
Why
of
Muhammad?
something?
Why Muhammad can take your wife, but you cannot take his wife, even if you divorce her, even after divorce, even if he die.
Okay, but can I say something first? I will go back to your point.
Oh.
So let's relate it to something that we both know, right?
Mm.
Something that is very very strange to us, and in a sense, like I get the angle that you're coming from, and it looks very immoral, and it wouldn't be a thing that you're happy about whatsoever. It's the story of the sacrifice that Abraham alayhi salam
Mm.
did, right? So this thing looks completely immoral, or to
Well, hold on, hold on.
let your
What about Abraham? What he did completely immoral.
to basically kill your son, right? Or to exile your son, or to, let's
No,
say,
no.
in the Bible,
No,
right?
no.
Like
Oh, okay, okay,
the
okay.
stuff in the Old
Hold
Testament,
on,
right?
hold on.
It looks
I know what the
completely
Old
immoral.
Testament, my friend. Abraham is a believer, and God is
Hmm.
not asking him to do something immoral because his son agreed. He says, "Whatever you want." The son, he was
What
not.
about what
He was
about the
not.
Canaanites?
The son, he was not forced. He was not forced.
Hmm.
The father agree. The son agree, and both are believers. And God himself did
Hmm.
not agree. God did not agree to kill the son. So it was not really something immoral. It was something very moral, even though the request sound like strange. But God, he gave life to me, and God, he can take it anytime, either
Okay,
willingly or unwillingly. You can say,
decent.
you can give yourself all the excuse. But here, the reason Muhammad is going after this women is sex.
Hmm.
It's not about a
What
mission.
about
Is it about
all
mission?
right? Let's
Is that about mission for Allah? Why Muhammad want to take your wife?
I be, I believe so, but
No,
let's
no,
make it about the Canaanites that were
tell
killed.
me. You said you believe so. Muhammad, he took the wife of his own son. What is the mission from that?
Christian, I don't know exactly what that mission is.
No, you have.
All right.
You said you think so.
I
That
have,
means
I don't have,
you have
I
knowledge.
don't have
Well,
the,
isn't
no,
it okay?
not to that extent. I admit where I don't have much knowledge. So that's why I'm telling you
All
I
right.
believe
Does it
so
say
instead of saying
that?
you I know so.
Does it say in your
Right?
in the story you Muslim you wrote for us that the woman she is big and beautiful, which means she is fat, very fat, and the old days the Arab they like women who they are extremely fat, uh, and
Yeah.
because she is very fat and white, Muhammad it says fahawiha, which means he have a lust for her. So now
Sorry,
what?
can you hold on to that, Prince? I can read, the whole thing, but I just want to ask, like, just so that it won't sound like a false equivalence. I really want to know your perspective, right? Because we're here to learn, we're here to exchange, right? So why is it that you see, like, you open the Old Testament and you see stuff that sounds very immoral, like killing the Canaanites, right? Enslaving people, like all of that stuff, like to us, like I'm not talking Islam, I'm not talking anything. In a secular standard, like me and you, if we believe in that stuff, right? If we're just in as believers, we'll be judged completely negatively. Like we already see that. Let's say, for example, some uh, kind of people like who because like there are kids here, so but I hope you get what I mean. That engage in certain ways, they're like completely unaccepted, right? And there are like certain punishments on them. Like there's stoning. There's like we have the equivalence of that
You
too.
know, why we
So
don't
why
talk?
why is that
Okay,
equivalence
one by
being
one,
made?
one by one, one by one. The story you mentioned to
Sure.
me in the Old Testament about killing those people,
Yes.
if you go and read, you will see it says that they attacked them from the rear. Do you know what does that mean? That means that
From behind
they
or from the
attack
back.
the women and children, like Hamas right now. In fact, Muslims are all ignorant. They do not know that this story is in the Quran. Do you know that this is a story in the Quran?
Um.
No,
No.
no.
Which?
Go to
Yeah. No.
go to Al-Baqarah, chapter 251. Read from 146 to 251 and read the interpretation. You will see that those people, they killed every single Jew almost. The women, they open their belly and they take the babies from inside. So when the Jews, they being commanded to go for war, even Allah is upset from them because they refuse. They said, they said to Moses, the example of what happened, they said, what about, after Moses, they asked Allah to send them a prophet so he can be a king to kill those people you just mentioned their name. And
Mhm.
Allah, he asked them, okay, are you willing to kill them if I get you a prophet and he is a king in the same time? Are you willing to go and do
Mhm.
jihad? They said yes, why not? But as soon Allah he found them a king, they refused to go and kill them. So the Muslim, they quote for us a story from their book.
Mhm.
They think it's only in our book. They forgot that Muhammad is a thief. He steals his stories from our book. He put it there, and now you are in trouble. So you say
Mhm.
this is immoral. If it's immoral, then
Mhm.
the Quran is
No.
immoral. No, hold on. So
Yeah, but
the
you
first
get
example is false because if you do come after my children and you want to kill all
Christian.
of us, hold on. If you believe that you have to do genocide for us and you have to kill every single one of us, then the normal response is to do the same to you because either you or me. There's no other choice.
Christian, let me try to rephrase it. Are you trying to say that it's normal to do genocide to kids and people who are generally
You
innocent?
ask the
Does
question.
that is that justified?
You ask the question for the one who did it first, not the one who respond. So
Yeah. So
they
so
come
yeah.
after the Jews. Hold
So
on,
if
listen.
someone did
So
it
now,
first,
let me ask you. Now Hamas,
yeah.
they come and they rape women and they killed women and they killed kids and they kill even cats and dogs. If if the Israeli go after Hamas and they did the same to their families, the same as they did to them,
Mm.
who is the one is
You
wrong?
think that's justified?
Who is the one is
You
wrong?
think that's justified?
Who is the one is wrong?
Both.
No.
Both.
Okay. I want to get you busted from your
Because
Quran.
you can, you can't you
I want
can't
to get you
bring
busted.
innocence into a
I
conflict.
want to get you busted from your Quran. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe that if a
But
man killed a woman,
but listen,
hold on.
Christian, can I? I think I think
Do
you're
you Muslim believe if a man killed your wife, you kill his wife? Yes or no?
Christian. Just give me a second, so that he won't
No,
strawman my
I'm
point.
asking you. If you kill somebody's wife, are you
Yes.
commanded to kill his wife?
are you commanded to kill his wife? Well, you should basically he should be basically brought to court, and there's like he should be tried and all of that stuff. But if it was in defense, then you can kill him.
Answering. If
But
somebody,
as far as I know, no.
according to Islam, if a man killed your as far you know. So read for me chapter 2, verse 178.
Okay. Oh, you who believe retaliation for the murdered is ordained upon you. Yes, that's true. The free for the free and the slave for the slave. The female for the female. But if he is forgiven by his kin, then grant any reasonable demand and pay with goodwill.
So does it say female for female?
This is Dia.
Does it say female for female?
Yep, it does.
A second ago, you said no.
Yeah, but I'm saying as far as I know in the system.
So what about a kid for a kid?
Christian.
What about a kid for a kid?
Christian. So
what about a kid for a kid? Did your prophet command to kill kids?
I don't look. So as I said, I was trying to reference a secular system.
No, you are not trying. Muslims, they manipulate. The second we show them what they are putting down, you try to make it immoral, but you are the one who follow it. You are the one who practice it. So
first of all,
let me repeat my question. Do you believe it's okay to kill kids?
Well, here's the thing. If it is
is the thing? Why you don't say? Why you don't say
initially, if I see the thing, then I would say no. Okay, but if it is a matter, just like if I would have to be a believer, right? Just like you would justify in that sense, right? Based on your beliefs.
I'm not justifying anything. Listen.
We're both going to be immoral.
I'm trying to say.
Both of us are going to be immoral. You would go by yours. That's what I think.
I'm putting your claim into test. You claim that it's not right to kill. You repeat saying, do you support genocide? Do you support genocide? It's you Muslim who do genocide. So how somebody believe in genocide, he is questioning the morality of genocide when he is the first one who practice it. When they ask your prophet,
I'm saying both of us look bad to others.
When they ask your prophet about killing the children of the non-Muslims, he said they are from them. They were questioning, it's okay. He said yes.
Christian,
we are killing their women. We are killing their women, and we are killing their children. What Muhammad said? He says they are the same as their parents, which means kill them.
Christian, you still didn't justify for me your position.
My position is that you Muslims are a bunch of hypocrites. You rape women, but you don't want to rape your wife. You kill children, but you don't want anyone to kill your child. You do genocide, but you claim that you are against genocide. You colonize the land, you take the land from the people, and you claim that you are the one who free people. You own slaves, and you claim that you are the one who free slaves. You rape women against their will, and you claim that you are the one who protect women. You force women to go inside burqa, but then you say you convince yourself that you are protecting her because she is a diamond. In fact, she become a garbage because nobody can see the diamond. Even her, she cannot see it. So you Muslims, you make an argument, but your argument is against you. And now I'm showing you your prophet commanding to kill children. Is that your prophet?
Okay. So I'll just read this real quick. I just have like my points aren't too long. It's just like 1 or 2 sentences really. So I presented to you the secular perspective, like just to say that we're both going to be on the bad end.
We are not talking about secular.
No, we're going to be on an immoral end.
I am not secular. I'm a Christian, and you are a Muslim.
So how is that wrong in Christianity?
Are you an atheist?
No, I'm asking how is that wrong in Christianity?
Why you are using the word secular?
Because I'm trying to make a relation between us both.
No,
that we would both do the same thing.
Here we present facts. So in the case of murder, you kill my wife.
In the Old Testament, you don't mind.
In the case of murder, I kill my wife. I kill your wife. What kind of justice does justice says? It's you who was questioning it. It is you who was questioning this. Why you do that? If I kill your wife, you were questioning it yourself. And now you bite your tongue as soon as I show you from your phone.
Of course, I would, as a person, right? Like if I was given a thing to do or a command to do by the faith, right? Obviously, I'm gonna answer like a human being that the ethics that are God given may not necessarily correspond with my own personal the ones that I feel. I would feel maybe like, for example, I'm given a command to pray or given a command to do, all these deeds. Obviously, if there is a command, I wouldn't be like, it's commanded for a reason, and that reason is like it doesn't usually come naturally to you. Like you won't be commanded to eat, drink, sleep, and do all of that basic stuff, right? So there is a natural opposition in the human being. But what I'm trying to ask for you, Christian, and I really need you to answer this so that the point would make sense.
Mr. Human.
Yeah, I want you to answer this to make sense. How is it fine for you?
Listen, Abu. When Muslims, they mention to Christian Prince something, Christian Prince is so much into details. Any word you say, I'm going to use it against you. You just said, a normally human being. Is it normally human being? He go to his son's house. He see the wife alone. He flirt with the wife. Is that a normally human being behavior?
It's not usual, no.
But a second ago you said me as a normal human being. So is Muhammad? So now me and you we agree.
Yeah,
that Muhammad,
I said me as a normal human being. What?
So Muhammad. So you and
that's
me.
Still on my same point.
So now me and you we agree that Muhammad is a low class person. He is not a normal human being. He do what he should not have been done, and he claim that's because Allah he sent him. As he claimed, there's no witnesses that he have a privilege to if everybody wife. That what
Christian, you didn't say anything. I didn't say before, but you're still not presenting to me anything from the perspective of Christianity, though.
Okay. Do you know the Ten Commandments?
Like let me ask you just like one thing. Do you think it's reasonable?
Have you ever heard of the Ten Commandments?
Yes, but do you think it's reasonable for us to basically proceed without
what is the Ten Commandments?
Anything on your end?
What is the Ten Commandments?
Honestly, I think it differs by the Catholics and the Protestants.
That's false. That's a big fat lie. That is a big fat lie. What is
like they count differently?
No,
but I've seen one.
That's false. That's false. That's false. Don't make things up. Don't make things up. Embarrassing.
Wait, let me double check.
This is very embarrassing. This is very embarrassing. What is the
the last one I've seen?
Did your prophet?
It's not embarrassing.
Did your prophet follow the Ten Commandments?
Why would he? He has a new Sharia.
What?
Why would he be obliged to follow 10 commandments? He has a new Sharia. Why would he be obliged by 10 commandments? No, absolutely not.
Okay, hold on. So you Muslim, you claim that Musa was a Muslim, right?
Yeah.
All right.
In a sense.
In a sense of what? A sense of a human?
In a sense, he didn't basically have he wasn't like a Muslim in the exact same way, like he had a Qur'an and all of that stuff that Muslims are. Like he isn't under the Ummah of Muhammad, right? Alayhi. But he was a Muslim in the sense of like how we see like a pre-Islamic Islam. That doesn't necessarily have to he doesn't necessarily have to match all the commandments and all the stuff that we have.
Did he match one of them?
Because we're different.
Did he match one of them?
There is absolutely no comparison that we can make because our position on this is
So you are saying to me that your prophet, he broke every one of the 10 commandments given from God to man to be under ethic rules. So your prophet is unethical.
No, I'm saying that there is no obligation but to define one faith by another. That's one revelation.
Okay, let me get you busted as usual from the Quran. This is your book. And this is your Quran. And you see my screen and you speak Arabic, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. So in the Quran it says, آمنوا بما أنزلت مصدقا لما معكم. All of this,
yes,
it says confirming that the Muslims believe in what is with us. The word musaddiq, not only confirming, but believing. Do you agree?
Musaddiq can be affirming. Yes, but doesn't have to be
Musaddiq mean believing.
It's not mutabaq. It's not mutabaq.
Musaddiq mean believe. Musaddiq mean believing. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, he was called this way because what? Because he believed, correct? What?
It's like when you have a root
you are speaking to Christian Prince. This is not a game to play with me.
It's like when you have a root of a word and you
listen. Listen. مصدقا لما معهم.
Can you do me a favor?
So now,
can you do me a favor? Show me hadith if because Quran is very vague and can be interpreted in any way. Like you can easily show me hadith with all
Quran
the
is very fake.
with vague. It can be vague in interpreting because you can have like
What vague mean?
different scholars
In
saying
my
a completely
English,
different thing.
my English is not good. Tell me what vague mean.
Sorry, vague is. Would you prefer Arabic?
Yeah, tell me. Over.
Um, غامض غموض نوع
غامض.
من أنواع الغموض.
Oh, okay. So it's
إيه.
like it's hard to
نعم.
understand. Oh, okay. So
يحتاج الحديث and
all right.
other
So this is
stuff
your
to
prophet.
elaborate on
This
something.
is your prophet swearing
Yes, that's right.
by the Torah. He's saying, "I believe in thee and the one who sent thee." So did your prophet claim that he believed in the law of Moses and the book?
Here's a beautiful case. Here's a beautiful
It's a
case.
beautiful.
I think I can I think I can refer to this in a straight way if you would allow me to speak. Right?
Mhm.
So here's the thing. This is the case where he basically there's even a case where a Jew came to him, right? And he ruled for the Jew by the Torah that he had, and he placed the Torah, on above I think a pillow or something like that. So just because he affirms an aspect of Sharia to a member of another faith, where he would basically, let's say, support Christians doing their thing and Jews doing their thing, right, and establishing them, doesn't mean that he's obligated by the exact same thing, by reason and by plain common sense, because he already has different laws. It wouldn't make sense whatsoever to bring something from the Torah, like, hey, you have this, let's say, Shabbat, and say, like, oh, yeah, Muhammad, you're obligated. That's one of the 10 commandments, no? So he is obligated, but not by that list. His obligation comes in his revelation, and that person's obligation comes in their revelation. That's how I see
What
it.
you say to me is very funny, because your prophet, not only he says he have
Yeah.
obligation to follow it, he swear by the book saying, "I believe in thee and the one who sent thee." And your
By
prophet,
their author, of course.
and the story here was about stoning women to death, correct?
See,
So
a cushion from beneath. Yeah, that's the story.
did Muhammad follow an obligation to do stoning to death, or he refused it?
Did he follow the option of doing stoning to death?
Yeah.
He has it in the Sharia, yeah. I would
No,
say,
don't tell me he had it. Did he follow Moses, or he follow someone else?
he does. He follows himself in a way. He follows his Sharia that he has. Like it could be an aspect that is already
When
there
you're a
in another
prophet,
Sharia. But
he says, "I believe in thee and the one who sent thee." Do he believe in
yes,
every law mentioned in the book?
uh, that's debatable. Honestly, in the
That is a busting question, because you said to me,
no,
your
because
prophet.
we don't.
No,
Honestly, I don't. Listen,
you said your prophet do not have obligation to follow the Torah or the book of Moses, but now you're a prophet saying, "I believe in thee and the one who sent thee." In order to believe in thee and the one you sent thee, you believe in everything in it, which means you believe in every single law in it. You're a prophet.
can I tell you?
You're a prophet. You're a
Yeah,
prophet. He broke every law inside it, including wishing women. She is
it's
not
not
his.
binding on him.
Taking women are
It's
not
not binding.
his. Taking women are not his. Having, stealing, theft, cursing, calling names,
Mm.
insulting God, worshiping other God, and kissing images of God. Like, as an example, when your prophet, he claimed that he is following Moses. Did Moses kiss stones and worship
Christian,
stones?
you're extending your talk. You're extending your argument, even though I denied that position. Like I do get what your point is going to be, but I don't affirm what you're saying.
Well,
And you didn't show me somewhere where it
You
does, though.
agreed with me
No
that
offense to you.
you agreed in front of everybody that your prophet have a privilege, sexual privilege, to take a wife of anybody, even if she is married. And this is very simple to understand, that this is against the law of Moses, against the
Sorry,
law of the law
sorry, you're cutting out, Christian. Sorry, you're cutting out for a bit.
am I heard, guys? Do you hear me in Discord? Am
Now I
I?
can hear you. Please go
All
ahead.
right.
Yeah.
So, if I claim to be a prophet, and then in the same
Hmm.
time, because I'm a prophet, I'm going to be a pervert, that is the most stupid argument ever. So you keep saying to me, because the prophet is a
Stupid argument.
prophet,
Sorry.
because the prophet is a prophet, he have the right to be a
Yeah.
pervert. Am I heard, guys?
Do you guys hear him, or is he cutting out? because to me he's cutting out.
Okay, give me a second.
I'm sorry, Christian. I love to talk with you and stuff. I'll be here.
Uh-huh. All right. Am I heard now, guys?
Yep.
So Abu,
I can hear.
you decide to leave?
No. I'm actually look. I'm great. I'm enjoying the talk so far, but I sometimes feel that you're putting your position even though I deny it. So it's not like you're not building on my point, and we both stated the same stuff, really. And I'm not here to kind of like go and start you in a way where like we just want to learn, right? We just want to have an exchange. Maybe you'll see there's a truth in what I have, and I'll see a truth in what you have, right? We can have like a friendly conversation. But I would just really appreciate if you
before you
wouldn't,
go,
like,
Abu, before you
yeah.
go, before you go.
I'm not gonna go on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you show me? You mentioned the word truth. What the word truth in Islam mean?
Truth, if I'm not mistaken, it's al-haq or al-haqiqa, like what is rightful.
Okay, but what is
That's
that?
true.
What is that? What is that? Can you show me one is truthful, one thing in truthful in Islam? As an example, if somebody said something to me, how I can be sure it's truthful?
How can I be sure that this thing is truthful?
Why I would trust somebody? Why I would trust somebody to be truthful?
Well, if it's gonna be in morality, it's gonna be a very like subjective thing, not very like pluralistic thing. But if it's in the so-called physical reality, right? Like if we're talking about the sciences and stuff, then it's easily verifiable. So it depends on which metric you're talking about.
If I am, there's a person, he is, I consider him trustworthy. Why I want to think about him as a trustworthy? So my question is Muhammad trustworthy?
If you believe in him, yes, but I wouldn't assume that to a person who's a Christian or to someone who's Jewish to see that
So
he's
when
trustworthy. But from our objective perspective, yes.
When Muhammad
Yes.
when Muhammad he go to his son's house and the husband is not there and he flirt with the wife and he claimed that Allah he turned him into the lust with her. Is that a trustworthy behavior, or this is a person betraying the very son he adopted? And even if he's a friend, if I trust you to go to my house when I am not there, why I trusted you?
Oh, you're talking. I thought you were talking about trustworthy in the sense of not lying. You're talking trustworthy. Amana,
everything is connected. So if you lie, you are trustworthy.
There are two different concepts.
If you lie, you are trustworthy. If you are a thief, you are not trustworthy. If you go after a woman, she is not yours, you are not trustworthy. So trustworthy is somebody you entrust and he always keep his promise to be trustworthy. Not someone he go to your house just because you are not there, the man is not there, he flirt with the wife. That is not even, this is can you accept from a pirate, a gang leader, a pervert, a bad person.
Let's go to trustworthiness, right? Because you now it's a different trustworthiness. It's amana. Let's be clear. This is amana, not sadq. Even though you want to connect them, they're different. All right, there is a connection, but they're different. I acknowledge that, right? So yeah. So when you're talking about amana, here's the thing: did he previously say that I will not do X, Y, Z? Because that's a condition for amana. Like you give me your money, right? You give me a condition to keep it safe. Did he do that though in the beginning, so that you would assume that he'd have to follow it in the end on himself? I'm just asking.
You said to me, I ask you, in Islam, are you supposed not to look at a woman she is not yours? You said yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not.
So if Muhammad if Muhammad said to you, you should not look at a woman she is not yours, and then he himself he go and he do that, isn't it what hypocrisy is about?
I already told you, we already brought this case a lot of times. I gave you about 2 or 3 examples where we are kind of doing one thing, but from Bukhari, right? From what I know, from what superficial stuff that I know, and you had a lot of time to do this, where we basically have a thing and he has the other for certain reasons, especially let's say the matters of his wives, where he can have more wives, right? Or so these can be social conditions. Or it could be a completely different set of laws like because of his obligations that the Prophet has. So he's on a level, or not necessarily a level. He's on a instruction that we don't.
Can you show me where in the Quran it says that the Prophet have a privilege to look at a woman she is not his?
I don't know, but you know the Sunnah is to follow him. Like
all right, to follow him.
You know that the Sunnah. Right.
So yeah, your prophet.
The Sunnah is in his actions.
They ask your prophet, what is the right of road, O Prophet of Allah? The right of road. What do you do when you are in the road? He said, you don't look at women, and you don't hurt those people. They are in the road, which mean Muslims like you. So did Muhammad follow what he say?
By the way, sorry, just to say a thing. I know a few people were messaging, so I don't know if you guys can message it to me, because it's not easy for me to say it currently on my phone. So back to your question, Christian. I don't think, as I think I said it many times, I don't think there is an equivalence between his instructions to others and what he.
So what you are saying to me, what you are saying to me, you're a prophet. He is not like us, and he is allowed to be a pervert and to go after women they are not his, and to have sex with whoever he wants, because he don't need to be ethical. For ethic only should go for certain stupid people. But the prophet himself, he can go to your wife and F her, because he is the prophet and he have a privilege. So to, because he's a prophet, like everywhere in the world, when you say somebody is if I say somebody is a priest and then he commit a crime, he's a child molester, we spit at him. Why? Because we are disappointed, for he earned a trust, and because of his title, and it turned to be the opposite. He is a pervert. He is a filthy man. So what you are saying to me, in Islam, is different than other religions. If you are a prophet, that means you have a license to be a pervert, child molester, criminal, thief, and a liar.
That's overextended, but I would say, and I'll go back to that, by the way. I will come and clarify on that. The first matter is, I believe that me and you are just doing the exact same thing, or be having the exact same mentality, but on different scriptures.
How?
So if I bring you something on the Old, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you, like, to others who don't believe in that stuff, we would basically look out for allowing stuff like like, oh, you can kill, or like what the example that you just gave, like that you would allow killing or raping in retaliation, right?
We don't allow raping in retaliation. This is a lie.
But it's in the Old Testament, though, and you would approve that it was done before.
Nowhere it says, okay, in front of everybody. Can you show me where it says you can rape?
There is no raping in the Old Testament, bro.
There is.
So anyway, listen, Abdool Nazhim, don't go there. No, listen.
Look, no, I just want to ask. I'm not here to basically tell you, hey, look, you're immoral.
Don't make things. Doesn't work here. You can do those things with other Christians. With me, you cannot do that. When you say something, you have to prove it, and people will laugh at you. So listen. Okay, you're a prophet. We are not even talking about war now. We are talking about the guy going to visit his son. This is not the enemy. There's no revenge. There's no war. The guy, he is going to his son. Muhammad, he says, Zaydun minni wa ana minhu. He is from now. Hey, everybody listen. From now, you should know that I am from Zayd and Zayd from me. So the guy, he announced that he is his son. And then what he do? He go to the house of the son, not the neighbor. And then the husband is not there. He get inside the house. Why? A Muslim man should not enter the house if the woman is alone, no matter who. He entered the house. Why? Because supposedly he is the father. So he abused his title as the father. He get in, and the explanation says he saw her. She was almost naked. And then he said, Subhanallah, mu'allif al-qulub, praise be to Allah, the one who made me have lust for you. How Allah, even he claimed that Allah is the one who made him. Go
to First Samuel if you want to, if we actually want to exchange sources.
You see,
you asked me for this.
I
want to do what.
Okay,
I want to do what you're doing.
Go to First Samuel. Go to First Samuel and show me where it says rape women. Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna ask. Like, I just did a quick thing because I already know
I
them
just
from the back of
mentioned
my
to
head.
you, I just said to you that
First
First
Samuel
Samuel,
15:3.
I just showed you First Samuel is in chapter 2, verse number 246 in your Quran.
Yeah,
All
but
right. So listen.
are
So
you?
listen.
Look, can I say my point though?
Is in the Bible allowed for you to go to your son's house and take the wife? Yes or no?
So listen, Christian. We already spoke about the same things,
No,
and I
you are
already
not. You are just
affirmed
going
a
in.
lot of things that
You
you
are
did.
just going in circle, trying to avoid the problem. You're a prophet.
No, I'm not.
You're a
I
prophet.
can. I
Okay,
already affirmed
listen.
what you said
Did
before.
Moses have a privilege for sex?
Christian, can you just allow me to complete my point?
Christian, listen. If you're a prophet,
I
all
really,
his
I really want
privilege,
to say something,
all his
but you're
privilege is about either sex and money. That is telling me who is he. Did Moses have a
Christian.
privilege?
Here's what's happening.
Moses, you claim Abraham is a Muslim, Moses is a Muslim, Isa is a Muslim, everybody is a Muslim, even Alexander the Great. Name for me
Christian, why are you
any
worried
one of
about me
those.
making a point?
Name for me any one of those he have sexual privilege.
Christian, why are you worried about me making a point? I will get to yours though, just like I did
Because
in
you
the previous.
because you are avoiding my question. There is anyone in Islam
I
because
answered a lot of your questions.
you
But
claim all those prophets are Muslims. Okay, which prophet of
are
them
you
have a privilege?
that I'm going to make an equivalence with the Old Testament because you asked me for a source and I'm bringing it. Can I
How
bring
this
it?
is equivalent in the Old Testament? It says you can take your daughter and F her.
Can I bring my source though?
Go ahead.
Am I allowed to share? Thanks. So we talked about war, right, previously, and about like killing and like that it's not moral to kill infants and all of that stuff in a secular sense and all of that. So First Samuel 15:3. Now go, attack Amalek, and prescribe all that belongs to him. Spare no one, but kill alike men and women, infants and sucklings, oxen, sheep, camels, and asses. You can display that if you want, but you don't have to.
And
I just like read you the verse,
and
right?
and
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So how like when we affirm that stuff that it happened in the past, and we're basically as believers we're like, okay, sure, that happened, or like the case of the female slave, right? The female who was like, that was a law
don't
back
jump
then that was taken.
one by one. You're
Yeah,
jumping all
oh,
over the
sure,
place.
sure.
Let us. You see, you keep
Completely
jumping
fine.
from place to place. So
No, let's go for that one.
when the Jews being ordered to kill those people, what those people did?
Yes. Is that relevant?
What?
Does
No,
that
it
make a
is. It
difference?
is because you are not.
Is
You are
it?
not. You are not going to attack anyone just because they are.
So that's moral then.
No,
That's
they
moral to kill
attack.
children in that
No,
case.
those you who took our land, and then when we fight you back, we are the bad people. Muslims are a
Give
bunch of
it to me
hypocrites.
as a statement, Chris. It's easy. It's
Muslims
really
are
easy. Like, just say yes.
Muslims are a bunch of hypocrites like their prophet. So now you're a
What?
prophet. Listen, you're a prophet
Why
because
do you
you're a prophet. He
Muslims
copied the
but you're avoiding
story.
speaking about as a
You
Christian? I'm here to learn about Christianity, right? I'm here to
you
basically
cannot.
you're in
I
the negative.
cannot teach
That's
you.
positive.
I cannot teach you about Christianity if you believe that there is someone. His name is Muhammad. Have a privilege to if your wife. That's mean you have a zero ethic and you are not a man.
Actually, what about if I'm teaching you and I'm relating to you that even if it's in your scripture, you would basically go for that, like just like in this case, you would basically be fine killing women, children, all of that, which is like in here and there, let's say, by your equivalence, right? And so you should relate to me as a person of faith, right? Instead of me showing you that this exists in your Bible and this exists in my Quran. I think we could do way better. I think, no offense to you, like you're Christian, you
You
know your
know,
faith, right, and you know all of that. To give a positive
in order
example,
to be
and I'll get to your
equivalent,
point. Any point that you like, you should let.
in order to be equivalent, we should be first
Yeah,
not to be pagan like you, kissing stones, worshiping moon god, and following a pervert man. You claim he's a prophet and you have a privilege to F everybody, including his own, not only the enemy, just because he's a privilege. So you accepting to be
why is it worshiping stones though?
you accepted to be a
That's the
pimp.
second point we can talk about
You
later.
accepted to be a pimp. If I have a prophet and he come to my house and he says, I want your wife, I will kill him immediately. I will not even save a second to make him shish kebab. He is a prophet? No, he is the prophet of the devil, because a prophet is the first one to follow God and to obey God, not the last one. So what you Muslim do, you're a prophet, he been given a privilege by him on his own to F you all, to ride on you all, to rape you all, not only his enemy. And now you say to me, oh, just because he's a prophet.
So let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this. If basically Jesus did that in your case, just imagine with me. So you would not follow him, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, you agree to that.
Sure.
Like,
not only that,
thing.
if someone came to me, hold on. If somebody came to me and he said his name Isa, whatever, and he wanna have sex with my wife, he will be dead.
So my question here is, why is it when he allows, like in that verse in the Old Testament, right? You wouldn't say that God was wrong here. You would be like, oh yeah, sure, like he allowed the enslaving of those women, making them concubines, all that stuff.
He allowed that. That what?
He allowed that murder, and he allowed that killing.
It's not a murder.
That killing.
It's not a murder.
And that genocide, pretty much.
This is not a murder.
That's a genocide.
A murder is if I
kill
you.
the Jews.
A murder if I kill.
A murder, yeah. Technically, you're right. It's a genocide.
No.
It's a genocide. I know you're picky with words.
You are being hypocrite.
No, I know you're picky with words.
It is the enemy who did genocide. Okay, if we go right now and read Exodus 17, you will see that you are being just a fool. So those people, they fight them, they attack them from the back, they raid them, they kill them, they kidnap them, like Hamas right now.
Yeah,
so that Israeli right now.
Just say that you're fine with killing kids.
So no.
Which you are.
God, he knew the future, that those kids will kill your kids. They will never stop. You will keep going forever.
But what I'm seeing here, like, look, you came
and
right.
Look,
and you
look what you do.
Islam.
Look what you do.
You
try to mix,
right? And I was rolling with you.
You try to mix.
But when I want to get
you try to escape the sexual privilege and the money privilege to Muhammad to talk about war.
Christian, I already affirmed everything you said.
No, you did
what
not.
Am I escaping exactly?
No. You play games.
Tell me the point that I
make it simple. To make it simple, a prophet of God should be a person who have high ethic or zero ethic.
Just for your sake, right? Because I think you should have gotten to that part, but I'm just giving it to you straight off. If there is one thing, there are a couple of things that and I wish if because I asked you the question, so I'll do the same. Just to be fair, there's this thing about Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If he did that kind of stuff, right, then I don't think it would be logical or reasonable. Like, it would be a matter of faith, but not reason to believe him. Was not necessarily the point of trustworthiness, but if he was a liar in transmission, or you get what I mean, like that kind of stuff. Like, if he is basically a lying person in general, right? Just like we apply to hadith, right? So if he is a person that, like, people are seeing that this person, hey, that person is not prophetic, that person is, we have like those kind of like narrations.
I will switch with you, guys.
I'm being straightforward with you. I really want to help you get me.
Yeah. No. You just gave me a new opportunity. You just said if Muhammad is a liar, that means we should not follow him, correct?
I would say if Muhammad is if he's confirmed that he's a liar in the sense of the hadith, not in the sense, not in the sense of war. For example, not in war.
There's many kind of liars.
Not like here, lying is permitted.
Okay,
let's say like
the prophet says when you see a woman, if your prophet says, look at the believing women, even they are married. So you have an exception to be like a person who go after women who they are married. Hold on. What about?
We already discussed it.
And when you said that if he is a liar in his revelation, if there is any proof that Muhammad revelation, any proof you can give me, is true.
What's the last part, sorry? I got the first.
You mentioned that if Muhammad is a liar about his revelation, then he is not a prophet. Can you give me any evidence that his revelation is true?
This is kind of like the exact opposite of what I'm trying. Like, I'm trying to see like if we can see a falsehood in it, which should be easier, right? But I can't just go like proving the whole thing, because that's all. This basically this whole revelation is a series of.
Just go and pull the whole thing. Keep your clothes on. Show me.
But how can we go through the entire thing though? Because each of it is a series of claims, right?
Guys, this guy is talking like Joe Biden. You know the thing. I cannot bought the whole thing. You know the thing. So you just
No,
say
like
it.
this,
You just say
we're
it.
trying
If
to
the
falsify here. We're not trying to prove.
you just say it. If the prophet is lying in his revelation, so how you can be sure that he is not lying? Give me one thing to confirm that he is not lying. Anything.
Oh, okay, sure. So here's what I'm trying to tell you, right? I take each part of his revelation, just like you did now, right?
Mm,
In this kind of case, on a
mm.
case by case basis. So I hope you get which angle I'm coming from. So each revelation is a separate matter because the Quran, as you know, and these hadiths and all of those were revealed in different instances. So each of them has a story behind them. Each of them has a background behind them, just like this one that you're talking about now, right?
Okay,
So,
I will make it simple. I will make it
I
simple. I
think
will
it's
make
easier
it
for you
simple.
to
I
just.
will make it simple for you. I am a prophet, and I prophesy. Allah told me that in the sky there's mountains of hail, and Allah He break hail from it and He send it down at us. Is that a prophecy of God or this is a fraud?
A mountain of hair. You're
Uh-huh.
saying you
Uh-huh.
can you if you have it you can pull it so that I can relate easier
It
with
is
you
da'if hadith.
because I'm not very. It's a ضعيف hadith.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't have much to say on a ضعيف hadith, but of course, right? Because the ضعيف hadith is ضعيف, but
So
we can go to the sahih hadith, and there's plenty of stuff in the sahih hadith for you to
do
talk
you
about.
accept such a statement of Muhammad if he said it and if it's authentic that in heaven there is mountains of hail and Allah He break hail from them and He throw them at us?
By the way, thanks, Christian, for elaborating on the if whatever. I think it will be best for us to help each other in the points because
Is
I
it
think we can
is
get
it
to truth
my
easily.
friend?
Yeah,
Don't waste
but
my time. So
yeah,
if
but
this is
here's
what
the
your
thing.
if this is what your prophet he
No,
claim, do you believe in him that he is
no.
a prophet, that there is mountains? You said no. Why you say no?
If it's ضعيف, no. Obviously, you
Oh,
already know
no, no.
this.
Let us say if it is like, okay, it's da'if, but let
Easy.
us say it's confirmed later, maybe in a century from now, that it was really been said truly, he said that. Are you going to reject Muhammad for saying such a stupid thing?
Of course, we have to take the. Of course, we have to examine the case. Like some
Examine
people
it
are.
now. Examine it. Okay, I'm
No,
saying to
some
you,
people.
a century from now, they come and confirm, and they examine, and you examine it with them, and you come to the conclusion this was true what Muhammad said. Are you going to leave Muhammad?
Um, if he basically talked about a thing that doesn't exist, right? It's like such as let's say in this case it doesn't exist, right?
Okay.
Hypothetically, and we went and we confirmed that it doesn't,
Hmm.
then there are basically two options for you. Either you basically have faith and you believe that you got something wrong, or if a series of these things happened, right? Let's say
My
like this.
friend, why
There's
you
this
are giving
flea.
me an answer which is an answer? If we
This is
confirm
an
that
answer.
this
Like
is this
you
is
want
the
to see my
story,
points, right?
this is the
I'm giving
story.
it to you.
I said is mountains of hail flying in the sky. Allah break hail from it and throw it at us. This is false. This is cannot be true, right? So now, if this story is a true story mentioned by Muhammad, truly from Muhammad, can you confirm to
We
me?
have to see we have to see a couple of things on him until he is false beyond a shadow of doubt. One line answer.
Is it enough
Is that
to
good?
isn't it enough to see one lie?
No.
Okay, but do you agree
It's
with? But do
because
you?
a
But
lie has this is
okay,
a probability thing.
so now you agree.
Statistics.
Okay, at least we got something from you. Now you agree that
Yeah, go ahead.
this is a lie. So if this is true that he said there's hail coming from mountains in heaven, that's a lie. But you need more lies, correct?
No, kind of. Yeah, if we it depends on the lie, right?
Yeah.
Like there are lies that are so big, there are lies that are so big, and
All
sometimes
right.
there are
So
lies that are
now,
like
so
yeah, it depends on
you are considering
yeah.
that the statement of hail coming from mountains is a small lie
The statement of hair coming from mountains. I'm
in
not
heaven.
considering anything. I'm not. If it's in heaven, then look. If it's just a thing in heaven, then I have absolutely no idea whatsoever.
No, no,
So
no,
I
no.
can't
You see, no,
affirm
no.
nor deny.
Mountains, the hail come to us, the ice come to us from the sky. Allah, He break it from
Can you cite
mountains in
it on
heaven.
the reading
Huh?
thing so that I can read it and see what
Yeah, I
exactly
will
what you're
show it
getting
to you,
at? If you don't mind,
but
please go ahead.
is that acceptable for you, this da'if hadith, or you reject it?
I can't know the full spectrum of it. I would much rather if I would
No,
read
no.
it with you
With your
and just like cite
intelligence,
it what I have to say.
with your knowledge, do you accept somebody saying to you that there's somebody in the sky, he have a flying mountains, he break ice from there, he throw it at us? Do you accept that?
uh, someone in the sky and a mountain, and he throws hairs and stuff. I don't know how it would exactly manifest, but sure, yeah. The
You accept?
corporeality of
You
God, of
accept?
course.
You accept?
The corporeality of God, in a sense, or if he does a,
The
depends on how
hair,
it plays out.
the
Depends on
ice,
how it plays
the
out.
icy rain come on us. This is from mountains in heaven, and God He break it and He throw it at us. You believe in that?
Why not? Like we had the case of the moon splitting to people's eyes, no?
All
So
right.
what's the difference
So
between this and that, right?
first of all, this is a hadith. It's not hadith. This is Quran, and this is your stupid prophet saying clearly that Allah He break ice from mountains in heaven and He throw it at us. And you mentioned to me that if we find more lies from Muhammad to prove that he is a false prophet, where we can, every chapter in the Quran is full
Didn't
of
I
lies.
just tell you, Christian? I already said this before, and it's very easy. Don't like generally speaking, not that it's a law or anything. Like it's not useful for you to just bring the Quran. Like me and you, like we're learned, right? Like you would consider yourself learned in Islam, right? We, in that sense, we all know that the Quran has many different interpretations, but a hadith is more straightforward.
What
So I was telling
interpretation?
you, like
Hold
just
on.
as a matter
You
of time,
see,
just bring a hadith.
first of all, when you say in the Quran there's many interpretation, are you acknowledging that your God He failed? Because in the Quran, Allah He says He explained the Quran very well.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
What do you
You
mean?
see, even
Allah,
the part, even look, what is bad scholarship in faith? If you if you think of it, just like when I can come to you as a Muslim, right? And I could come to you Christian and show you like, hey, look at those contradictions in the Bible and all of that stuff, right? But what is your job as a scholar though? You should go and you should look at these and match these statements with each other to create a bigger whole,
all right.
right?
You know,
So we
yeah,
know this.
you know,
I would appreciate.
what I see on you. Do you know those like toys? They blow air on them. They put them in the front of coffee shops to advertise. This is what you are doing. I just said your God said He explained the Quran very well. Your God,
I can go there
not
if you want, but I'm
not
telling
and
you to make it
hold
easy.
on. If your God He says I explained the Quran to you. And then you say to me, well, we have to see the scholars. So why Allah explained the Quran very well, and yet you need the scholar to explain what is already explained by Allah? I will tell you why.
Great question.
What you are saying to me, that your God Allah, He failed to explain His Quran. So now we need
No,
to explain the explanation, and then the explanation need explanation. Because after
no,
1 billion
I'll tell you
explanation,
what it is. I'll tell you what it is, if you'll allow me to answer. Yeah. So basically, the Quran is a revelation, right? So let's take this step by step by logic, and it is a really easy question. Really, it's not even much of a thing, in my opinion. So the Quran is a revelation that basically is applicable to, as we say, "Salih likulli zaman wa makan," right? That's our principle of belief and understanding. It, sorry to those who are here, it's valid for each time and place. So if there's a thing in the Quran, we believe that it should be applicable even to an age beyond its own. So the Quran has this because it's a prophecy, just like the Bible. You would be inspired by the Bible, right? In your daily life, in many different situations, to many different individuals, in many different cases, where a person individually can relate to said Quran and derive a correct meaning and apply it to their life, and a scholar who basically takes that meaning can basically derive and apply it to like the wider community. So it's a text that inspires, and for the reason being that the Quran has this like flexibility to it, being a prophecy, I asked you to bring a hadith to make that way easier. I'm not here
all
like
right, all right.
I'm not
Abu,
here to
I can
do
Abu,
a trick
imagine
Abu,
what
like
Abu,
can
what you did
be
with the
and be
Abu,
Quran.
unburdened by
I'm
what
give
here
me a
to be
second.
straightforward,
Give me a second. Give
and
me
I
a
would
second.
appreciate if you do that with me,
I want to
right?
examine. I want to examine to explain to you. You explain to me such a
Are you doing a lot
revelation.
of tricks, man?
Hold on. I want you to explain this revelation I just received in YouTube. Listen and tell me what it does mean.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. There are those who are unable to see what can be, but there are many more who are able to see what can be
Christian,
unburdened.
it keeps
Can you
cutting out,
explain to
by
me
the way.
this revelation?
It keeps cutting out. But can you turn on the text or something, the subtitle or something? Because I hear like one word and
Guys,
then I don't hear the
am
next.
I cutting off or only for
Just
him?
a little bit. Maybe it's just for me. You guys can answer.
Do you hear now better?
Okay.
I will play the revelation for you again. Hold on.
Unfortunately,
Hold
the guy
on.
says yes.
I
The guy
want you
says
to explain to me because I want to see how intelligent you are.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. There are those who are
Christian, you
unable
see
to see
the
what
green?
can be.
If it
But
stops
there are many
shining,
more
it's
who are
when
able
you're
to
cutting
see.
off. And I think you
My
are.
friend, everybody can see it, everybody can hear it except you.
Look, I can send you I can send you a screenshot
All
if you
right.
like. I'm not here to go back and forth. You can
Okay.
send it to me and I
So
can see it
you keep
myself.
saying to me that depend to blah blah blah. You give me the Quran says Allah He explained the Quran in a very good details, and then you say to me the Quran is for every time. What does that mean? What is the connection?
Because
And
that
burden, but what has been and had been, and now people don't see and people don't
but
know.
Christian, this is bad
So I'm
scholarship though,
asking
right?
you,
Just stick to one
when
point.
is
Go ahead.
your prophet a scholar?
No,
So why you
not at
say
all.
why you say you need scholars if Muhammad himself was not a scholar?
Is he still alive?
Is he dead?
Well, he did pass away. He's not walking with us
So
now to
how if he
basically
is
fulfill
dead?
that role.
Just to
That's
show
why you
you,
need scholars,
just
right?
to show you that
Like you have
your prophet is mentally ill. He claimed that when the Muslim they pray on him every Friday, all your prayer
Christian.
will be this.
Christian, here's the thing.
Well,
Here's the thing. I
Here's the
wanna.
thing. Your prophet is
Yeah,
dead or not?
he did die.
So how the prayer will be given to him every Friday?
Spiritually.
Spiritually, the guy is dead.
Yeah, that's a prayer. That's a spiritual thing. It's not like he's gonna walk in and come out as
They
a
ask him,
zombie or something.
can you read the
Right or not?
can you read what your prophet said?
Okay. But can I just ask you for one thing?
Don't ask
You
me.
don't need to
Don't
stick to a
ask me.
point when I disagree
Read
with
the
it.
hadith first and then ask me.
All right, let's go. Among the best of your days is Friday. So supplicate Allah more often for me in it. For your supplications will be displayed to me. He was asked, O Messenger of Allah, how will our blessings be displayed to you when your decayed body will have mixed with the earth? He replied, Allah prohibited the earth from consuming the bodies of prophets. So?
What? Is that spiritually or
So, so,
is that
so
spiritually?
you think we understand this as
Is
like
that spiritually
wait
or physically?
because no, spiritually.
It says his body will not decay.
That's an easy explanation. Like, so here's the thing: there's a general thing on prophets, all of them,
Listen,
because you're aware of it,
Christian Prince
that
is
they don't
talking
get.
to you. It says they ask him how how our prayer will be placed for you, yet your body will decay. So what the problem now is his body will decay. What Muhammad said, oh, Christian Prince,
Let's
my
make it
body
easy.
will not decay. So this is not
Let's make it easy. Let's
spiritually.
make it
This
easy.
is not spiritually.
Sure.
Stop ducking tape.
No. Let's make it easy. Let's make it common sense, right? So because I think that's
Hold
a
on,
misplaced point.
A Muslim using the word common sense. Is that common sense? The guy is dead, and
Look, he died.
and now
He died when they carried him.
he connect his body to receive the prayer. I mean, if your body
Christian.
decay or not decay, how the prayer will be displayed for you? I mean, what does have to do with this? So if I put somebody in the freezer, hold on. If I put you in the freezer, you are dead now. I put you in the freezer, and then every day deliver the mail to you. Can you read it?
No.
So how he will read it? The guy is dead.
He wouldn't read it.
It says will display to me. It says will display to me.
Let me just say how, right? Because you want me to answer at the end of the day.
If he is expert, how the dead man can read his mail? Let me explain. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I got your point. The thing that you said, but here it is in a very easy way. He died, and they carried him to the grave.
Easy way.
Yeah, very easy, very easy. He died, and he was carried to the grave, right? So, did you see him talking? Like, what does death mean, though? So that's just a general statement that his body is preserved due to his holiness. That's all. That applies to all prophets. Even the ones that don't have intercession, by the way. Even the ones like
you
that you
as a
don't
Muslim,
really.
you as a Muslim, when you die, are you? Can you talk?
But they already know this one.
Can you talk or you cannot?
You can talk as much as you like.
In the grave, you can talk.
In the grave,
Uh-huh.
like actually, like all the time. No, like it's a more spiritual thing.
So after we die, when we are taken to the grave, are we still able to talk, to be questioned, to give answers? No.
If a person dies, إذا مات بني آدم انقطع عمله. You know this. There is no acts in the grave. That's how.
So did your prophet lie when he said that when you are in the grave, two angels will come to you and ask you 3 questions?
That's a spiritual answering in the same equivalence of the blessings.
How it's spiritual? They ask you in the grave. Your soul is not in the grave.
Then how does it make sense that your body is going to answer without a soul, though?
You tell me. Are you asking me? I'm asking you.
Like the soul is there. The soul is there, Christian.
Hold on. Okay. So now you are dead. You are dead. And now
because Christian, that's how it works naturally.
Oh, listen.
In our world.
You just said to me before, a second ago, you said to me, no, you will not be able to talk. Now you change your mind just because your prophets.
Won't be able to talk. I still agree with that. Like as a body without a soul, you won't be able to talk.
But when a human being die, his soul is not there. This is what death is about. Your soul will be taken from you.
His soul will be present in that circumstance.
What circumstance? What circumstance? You are in the grave. In the grave. Isn't it your Qur'an says Allah will take your soul from you?
Yes.
All right.
You'll be. Your soul will be taken.
Are you still united with your? Are you still united with your soul?
When the time of questioning comes, it's your soul that will be questioned. And here's the thing: we don't delve much into souls, though. So I don't want to like speculate more than what I have to, than the obvious. I don't want to speculate more than the obvious, but in that case, I believe it's the soul.
All right.
So I do get that you have different understandings of Islam.
Do you really believe that there is 2 angels will come and they will have a hammer in their hand, and they will ask you 3 questions? If you fail to answer any one of them, they will hit you on your head with the hammer.
Yes. Yes.
What the purpose of hitting you with your head? You are dead.
It's you see how the we have a thing about like bodies when they're buried, like to not disturb them, to not like act in a certain manner, like they're very sensitive. So basically that comes to them, like that's the punishment of the grave, right? That that you're probably familiar with as well. So that's basically a form of punishment that they would have to undergo in this world.
If I buy a helmet and I go to the grave, you think I will be safe? I have an army helmet,
Buy what? Sorry, that's so funny. Buy what?
The army hat, like when you go to war. I serve in the army, and I have like a bulletproof vest and a helmet and those things. So if you think if I wear them, can the hammer still hit me of the angels?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you know the 3 questions the angels will ask you in the grave?
Who's your God? Who's your prophet? What's your religion?
Exactly. So if I know the answers, anyone can escape the punishment. I know the correct answer. So now the angel come to me. He say, Christian Prince, who is this guy? They will show me a picture of Muhammad. I say Muhammad. Christian Prince, he passed. Second question, who is your God? Allah. Christian Prince, he passed. So how that is an exam if we know the questions and the correct answer? Anyone will answer the questions.
Actually, yeah, I like that you say this, but I'm still not familiar if you actually learned this, or you're just like kind of trying to see if I would know it. Because we know that the gravity of the situation, because this is like just regular stuff, like pretty much people know this.
Did you mention
the gravity of the situation?
Did you say gravity?
The gravity of the situation, the intensity of the situation.
What does gravity mean?
ثقل
Exactly. This is why we are talking about. Exactly. We are talking about the gravity of the hammer of Thor.
Even if you know the answers, you won't answer them.
So
Even some Muslims won't
the angel Thor in the grave will come to you with the hammer of Thor, using the gravity of the hammer, hit your head, because now it is time to be punished in the grave, and he will ask you three questions. First of all, how in the world, I mean, aren't the angel of God? They knew already sent by God that this guy is a bad guy. What are these questions for?
Christian, this is basically like a trial of sorts, like, okay, but even Muslims won't answer them. Even some Muslims don't answer them.
A trial after death?
Yes.
What for?
That's the concept of divine reward and punishment.
Hold on.
That if something is not resolved in this world, to be resolved in the next.
There is a way to repent after death in Islam?
As far as I know, no, but if you do something when you're living, it could allow you to repent when you're dead.
But we are talking about a person who's dead. You just said to me the word trial.
Yeah, just basically that's trial. That's not like
how it is a trial if the guy is dead and nothing can be accepted?
What? Sorry.
If anything he do, let us say he is in the grave now and he decide to repent and he say, this is my prophet, this is Allah, I believe in Allah. Is he going to be saved? No. So why you are saying trial? Why
it depends. What? Why am I saying trial? Because that's part of the system of divine reward and punishment. There's something in the grave, and then there's something in the, you can say, higher worlds after that, like, which is like heaven, hell.
But you are dead. If no more action you can do to fix what you did previously, so you cannot use the word trial. In some trial is when there's options.
Right. No, so, I'm saying it's this trial here. This trial here is not the kind of trial that is basically one of options. Like this is like Hercules like trials pretty much. It's part of the reward and punishment system. That's what it is. It's not like there's like a defendant and a lawyer and a judge. We didn't say that stuff, right?
All right. I don't know. You mentioned to me.
It's called the trial of the grave. That's what it's called as a common term, but it's not technically like a court and stuff yet.
All right. So you mentioned Hercules. Do you think Hercules will come with his hammer and the angels they will ask him the same questions?
Actually, on him, it's a bit vague. Like anyone pre-Islam, it's a bit vague on how they would be handled. But I do believe there's a general sense of mercy, though. But even to Christians as well. Like, if
do you think Hercules will pass or he will be punished with the hammer?
I can't tell. He probably, if he had prophets in his age, he would probably have to believe in them or something, or I don't know.
Okay.
But he's a mystical story, anyways. So
because I'm really worried about Hercules. I mean, this guy is a nice guy at the end of the day, and you know, if he is in the grave and they ask him, who is this picture of this guy? You can imagine what he will say. So, like, he will say, well, who is the F? Who is this guy? You know, Muhammad? Who is Muhammad? So,
no, that's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that at all.
No, like, you said Islam for every time. So we will ask people who never saw Muhammad, never heard of Muhammad.
The Qur'an is a revelation for every place and every time.
Was the Qur'an revealed to Hercules?
No.
Are you sure?
No. Even we talked, because you already can derive this when we talked about Moses, right? I already covered that point. We said that Moses had a revelation and everything Muhammad had was his revelation.
Who is Al-Qur'an in the Quran?
So I've seen, I can't be sure, and nobody can be sure, and anyone who tells you like, oh, we know for sure, I don't think that's right. But there are references of relating Dhul Qarnayn to Alexander the Great. That's what I've seen.
So Hercules, the cousin, he received Quran already, because if Zulqarnain is Alexander the Great, Hercules is from the family, so obviously he's a Muslim too, right?
No, not necessarily. No,
what do you
Hercules
mean?
is way too old.
Okay, how Alexander the Great is a Muslim?
Well, Hercules is a mythical thing. It's not real.
Really?
As far as it's a mythical thing. Hercules is a mystical figure. Sorry, but even if you want to make it real, that's fine.
How you come to the conclusion that Hercules is a mythical?
Because it's a fantastical story. Like, he has to do trials and labors that are like, you know.
Is
like,
the story then about Zulqarnain which is Alexander the Great. Is it true? He found where the sun set. He found
Not
where the
we're
sun
not
rise. Huh?
the Dhul Qarnayn is a very first of all, it's a very strange tale to begin with, and nobody knows.
did you say tail?
It's a story.
No,
It's in that
no,
sense.
you said tail.
Tale, Tale.
Exactly. So
Why?
can we grab Muhammad from his tail because he is a fraud,
Tale, not tail. Yeah,
making a
not with an
story?
I,
No, you see,
bro.
my English is not good, so take it as it is. So when
It's
Muhammad
okay.
he
It's okay.
said,
Nice.
when Muhammad he put
Yeah.
his tail in this story, which is a funny, stupid story. It's a mythical. It is it's a legend. He put it in the Quran. Did Muhammad just gave Christian Prince the tail of Muhammad so he can grab him and show everybody that Muhammad is a fraud? Who in the world will believe in this? That there's a guy, he occupied the whole world. He found where the sun set in a spring of water, and next to it he found people. What is this?
It sounds very strange, right?
Not,
Sounds very out of
this is very
right.
strange. Are you kidding me? This is very true.
So we can try breaking it down and relating to it, of course.
break who down? Zulqarnain or
Story.
Hercules or Muhammad?
No, Hercules. We're yeah. Let's finish with Hercules. That because that's simple.
You want to
let's
finish
get
with
that out of the
Hercules
way.
first?
Yeah, we should take it out of the way because it's a really easy thing. Not all people will be asked the same that question after Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as far as I know. So those who were before are on a completely different set of rules and regulations that apply to them, and those who were after the message of Muhammad, if they heard of him, if the truth of Islam reached them, then that would be they would be kind of obligated in that sense. And even Muslims will not be able to answer those questions sometimes.
Even
Because
Muslims?
it's kind of
Are you serious?
even Muslim.
As-
Yes,
You know
even
what?
Muslims.
You know what? You are talking to me
Yeah.
for more than 2 hours. You could not answer one question. And then you say to me, even Muslims. I never saw a Muslim can answer anything. So listen carefully.
I affirmed you.
Zulqarnain, you mentioned that it is Alexander the Great. How in the world Alexander the Great?
No, I'm not saying that he is. It's possible that he is, but nobody knows. Like I personally don't know.
So what
Like,
the point? So what the point of this story? That there's a guy. He's a guy with 2 horns. Do you know why he have 2 horns?
I think the Qarnayn. You guys hear me? You hear me, right?
Huh?
Okay, cool. I'm back. Okay, so I think from Alexander, like if it was Alexander, then he's depicted with 2 horns.
He's what?
Usually, if it's Alexander, then he's depicted with 2 horns.
2 horns. 2 horns.
2 horns. 2 horns.
Okay. Are they real horns or something else?
I'm not a historian. I don't. Probably not real horns.
Is it possible that he is a man and a cow in the same time?
I look, when it comes to Dhul Qarnayn, honestly, I have absolutely no idea what he could be. They're just hypotheticals, and even if you ask, like, where is this Gog and Magog, right? Like, because like, how where are they?
Let us focus
Nobody
first
knows.
in the horn, one by one. So now,
It's all speculation. I have no idea. I'm not going to talk about.
Shouldn't you ask yourself why a person is he a human being?
As I said, absolutely no idea. He could be a hybrid. He could be a mutant.
What does Quran? What this Quran is about? If we have no idea what we are talking about.
Oh, what? So why is this there? Right?
No. If we cannot even understand who is this person, what he did, what his exists, what they is the Quran now reporting history for us or reporting legend, story, stupid story?
No, it's reporting something even more beautiful than that.
Okay,
the Quran
what is beautiful about someone? He been called the person with the 2 horn. Maybe he's a person, maybe he's a cow. If we cannot even understand who is he, who is he?
The Quran. This is the interesting thing about the Quran. In some places, it could be very clear and straightforward. It could make sense, right? We could easily derive like laws from that. But in other places, like it tells you Alif Lam Mim, it tells you like random stuff, right? That only a few people with insight can reach into. And as we said, this is a prophecy. This is a prophetical text that basically cites stories as a veil. Like the stories are, beyond these stories, there's a hidden meaning to be derived for the sake of the person who relates to such prophecy and is an inspired person, or God has chosen,
What
right?
the,
For that to that end.
you know, you keep throwing things.
So I'm telling you, cite the hadith to make it easier.
You know, Abu, what you are doing
Hadith.
is like somebody. He went inside his apartment. He found there is a rat in the apartment. He want to get the rat out. So what he do?
Yeah.
He come to the conclusion the only way to get rid of the rat, I have to throw all the furniture out because this rat he keep hiding himself between the couches, etc. So now what you are doing? Any question I give you, you throw all the furniture on me, hoping.
You're cutting out. Sorry, no, sorry. Go back, please. Sorry, you have to do what to the rat?
I'm saying you found a rat in your apartment, and
to get rid of it. What
you want to get rid of the rat. So now, in order to get rid of the rat, because you have too many furniture, the decision is to throw all the furniture out to find the rat. And the Christian prince, he is coming to your apartment, and you are the rat. And now, in order to get you, we have to throw all the furniture of Muhammad out of your apartment so we can get hold of you. Each time I give you a question, you give me an answer which is nothing. What is Dhul Qarnayn? You say it's possible, it's possible, it is possible. So is that a religion is it a religion of possible? Is it a religion of maybe, or it's a religion of confirming?
Christian, do you actually want to help me in that sense? Because I already told you that I just want it to be a hadith because it's not vague. I really don't like to go for vagueness. I'm a very straightforward person, and that's why I told you that. And I'm I know you did these tricks and all of that stuff, but I'm really trying to make it easy for you. I'm trying to do my best to have an intellectual.
I want to give you something. Is it true?
So allow me that.
That Dhul Qarnayn, he was a Muslim, he converted to Islam, and he came to his people. He told them, believe in Allah. They hit him in his head with the hammer, and that caused a horn to come from his head. He died. Allah resurrected him and he sent him back to his people. And then he asked them again to convert to Islam. They hit him again with the hammer. He died. Allah resurrected him and he sent him again. So now he is the man with the two horns. Do you agree with this story?
I don't know of it if it's sahih, if it's not, because that's last time you did stuff like that. So you can just show me the source and make it easy. We don't need to be in hypotheticals, right? We don't need to do that. If the source is there, just bring it up and we'll see. Because I'm not very into stories. I'm into practice. I'm into what applies to me and generally in my life. Yes, I know more on let's say some more spiritualist matters and stuff. And I came to offer a unique perspective.
But do the story for you. Do this story make any sense to you?
Obviously, pretty much almost nothing from Dhul Qarnayn, whether it's in the Quran or in a story or in a hadith, makes much sense to me. The story is very vague. Maybe over time, if I read more and more and delve into it, I can kind of tie in the ends and see where is this from and relate to it. But as for now, that story is very distant from me. I have absolutely no idea. So I won't claim that I would know something that I don't. I'm trying to be as straightforward and honest as can be. I'm trying to, go in well with you. I'm coming to you in good faith. I don't want to, I already answered your questions, which you affirmed you in the sense that, in the sense that you said. But I really wish that I hear from a Christian perspective.
All right.
I really wish that, you would convey something.
I'm going with you. I'm being patient with you just to show people how Muslims, they try to defend just by duct tape. They have no knowledge. And because Islam is stupid, nobody have knowledge of it. For Muhammad himself have no knowledge. So here,
this is
the story. I
don't need to make you wrong.
This is the story. Right. Do you see my screen? Translate to the people.
Sure, let's go. From the highlighted part, right? على عن ذي القرنين فقال لم يكن نبيا ولا ملكا. So سأل على ذي القرنين. He asked about ذي القرنين and he said فقال and he said لم يكن نبيا ولا ملكا. He wasn't a prophet nor was he a king. لكنه كان عابدا ناصح الله فنصحه. You already have the translation, so it's fine. ولكنه كان عابدا ناصح الله فنصحه فدعا قومه إلى الله فضرب على قرنه الأيمن فمات فأحياه الله ثم
دعا قومه إلى الله فضرب على قرنه الأيسر فمات فأحياه الله فسمي ذو القرنين. Let me just see the English. He struck his right horn and he died and God revived him. Then he called his people to God, so he struck his left horn, so he died, so God revived him. So he was named Dhul Qarnayn. Okay.
So, conclusion.
Strange. That's the conclusion.
What is the conclusion?
Conclusion is very strange.
Is what?
Conclusion that is very strange and unusual.
Okay, but do you believe in those
Not
stories?
not as strange as unusual as the splitting of the
Do
moon.
you believe in those stories, or you don't believe in those stories?
When I research them, and see them and see like what is sahih and what is not sahih, but mostly stories are not my concern. I know like they're part of a religion and the narrations of the religion and all of that stuff. That's fine, I accept that, and every Muslim should. But I'm not really into stories much. I'm into like the relation that you build with Allah and being a good person, doing what's right and all of that good stuff, right? And all of the decent things also. Just like when I'm talking to you, I'm not talking to you.
Do you believe that if somebody? But do you believe if I hit you in your head, you will have a horn? Is that a cartoon? Like in the cartoon, Mickey Mouse, Tom and Jerry, he hit the guy, he hit the cat on his head, and then a horn came in his head. This is in the cartoon. So this is a man, they hit him in his head, a horn came out. Is that a true story?
A horn hit him on his head. Is that a true story? Wait, sorry. Like we've been talking for a while, so my mind is a bit blank. Say that again. Sorry.
In the cartoon, Tom and Jerry, I think it was Tom. He hit Jerry, and then a horn came in his head, grew right away. This is what the story is saying. So, do you really believe that this person, they hit him in his head twice? And
Christian perspective at some point, right? Yeah, so I can't comment on this. I have no idea. Like I told you from the beginning, I have absolutely no idea. So and it seems very strange to me, and I agreed to that. And I know it seems strange to you as well. So can I just ask you?
No, it's not strange for me.
I want you to do something for me.
It's not strange. It's not strange for me. Islam is a stupid religion. How that would be strange? How would it be strange? And if this is a religion of stupidity, everything. Everything is possible because this is a religion of stupidity. So this will be strange. Okay. This will be strange for me if we are talking about a smart, intelligent religion. But this is the most stupid. This is the most stupid religion.
I want you to do something for me and show me a positive statement on Christianity. I know Islam.
I'm not here trying to show you a positive. I'm here to show you how stupid Islam is. So this is Dhul Qarnayn. The guy, obviously, this is a legend. There's a stories about Dhul Qarnayn, about as you see, Muhammad, he put in the Quran, make it something real.
Okay, so what about, for example, God dying and all of that stuff, though?
Well, first of all, a second ago you said to me, you will be dead, and you are a human, and you are in the grave.
But God.
And you are in the grave. Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
You are dead. You are a human. You are in the grave. Still, you can talk and you answer questions, and you are awake. So, in the case of Jesus, if you don't believe that God can die, well, me myself, I don't believe that God can die. I believe that God is always alive. What they killed the flesh, the flesh of Jesus. But the Messiah is always alive in spirit. That's what the Bible says. So the living God, he exists before the flesh. So Jesus says, before Abraham I am. And we as a Christian, we believe God is a spirit. So they killed the flesh. Jesus says, I can rebuild this temple, speaking about his body, in 3 days. It's just symbolic of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. So when you say to me, can God? Well, God can do what nobody can do. Can a human being be killed and come back to life again? No. Well, Jesus can.
Why not?
So no, you cannot.
No, I'm not talking about Jesus in that sense. I'm talking about Jesus in the sense that if he's God and dies.
Well,
in the flesh. Well,
he
even
proved
the
that he
idea
is
of God in
God.
the flesh.
Jesus said, I lay down myself, nobody can take it from me. So it was him who allowed it to happen to show us what he can do. So Jesus, he proved, not only saying, I can do it, I can come back to life even they kill me. He did. And he came back and they check his hands and they saw it. And they say, even it says in the book of John that we saw his hands and we touched his wounds. So they touched his wound, they saw him, they witnessed to him, and thousands of people, they saw Jesus after his crucifixion. So when we speak about Jesus, we say what is impossible for man is not impossible for Jesus. But what is impossible for me is impossible for Allah. As an example, actually, even for me, I mean, it's impossible for me to believe in such a stupid story. The Quran is reporting that there's a guy, he got two horns because somebody beat him in his head. And he found the sunset in a spring of water. And then he found where the sun rises. And then he built,
Christian,
a dam between Gog and Magog.
If obviously coming as a Christian, you would see this as strange, and obviously me coming as a Muslim will see seeing God in the flesh is very strange.
No. You see, you can see. I'm not talking about strange or not. I'm talking about stupid.
Are you like kind of judging?
No. This is not about strange, because simply God is miraculous. God is a miracle, which means everything about him is strange for me. I cannot walk in water. I cannot fast for 40 days. I cannot make a blind see. I can't even heal myself if I get sick. So everything for me is a strange when it's come to God. But when it's come to Islam,
Christian, what's the point?
When it's come to Islam, everything is stupid, not strange. There's a huge difference. Everything
Christian,
is stupid.
look,
Listen, can you show me one thing is not stupid in your religion? Just one.
Christian, I've been asking you for a long time to just give me one positive thing that I can relate to Christianity by.
Everything.
Instead of like just going on Islam,
for God, he loved the world. Look, Christianity from the first letter to the last letter, the Alpha and the Omega.
Yeah, but let me finish the sentence.
Listen. You keep asking about one thing is positive. That is Jesus, my friend. What are you talking about? I am the way. I am the truth. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. I am the resurrection. And
okay, tell me how then.
So you believe in him? How you follow him? How you do what he say? How you have ethic? You have love?
Tell me how Jesus is love. Tell me what that means to you. Tell me your perspective so that I can relate.
How Jesus
so
was?
Tell me about Jesus. Tell me how he is to you so that I can relate to that. And I can understand you,
all right.
And I can,
let us make it simple. Let us make it simple. What the word peace mean?
It could either mean a state of like not quiet, but like a state of like salam. I know, but like a state of nothing, like no conflict, or it could be like a state of conquering as well. Sometimes it's used as that in Semitic.
No, peace. When you're Muslim, you say peace upon Muhammad. What does that mean?
You know what's funny? I actually feel that it's like sometimes it's a greeting or whatever. I have like absolutely no idea why it's there. Really. I'm being honest.
So what is the answer? What peace upon somebody mean?
It's just a state of mind, perhaps. I can't say for sure.
Only the one who is always secure have peace. Do we agree?
Sorry?
Only the person who is absolutely secure can enjoy peace. Do we agree?
Sure.
When your God himself, he say peace on Jesus. The day he was born, the day he died, and the day he is resurrected. What we are talking about, that Jesus is always secure. So it doesn't matter what stage of life he is in, the day he is born, the day he died, and the day he is resurrected, he is always in the stage of peace. Do you know what does that mean? He is God. For only God, he have such a secure peace. Human being, he don't. I will be always worried. I have to lock my doors. I have to check my windows. When I die, I will be worried. Is God happy from me? Am I going to be heaven? Am I really truly a believer? Is my sin will condemn
What
me?
is the peace of
But
Jesus?
in the case of Jesus, He is God. That is the peace. God, for God is peace. Isn't it you Muslim? You say one of the names of Allah is peace.
Is a salam.
Exactly. So salamun alayhi yawma wulida. Allah. Hold on. According to the Quran,
yeah.
Allah is on Jesus.
Do you currently have peace though?
Listen.
Like let's say
don't change it. Don't change it. How Allah is on Jesus in the day He was born, the day He is resurrected, the day He died.
How Allah is what?
Is on Jesus. On
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't get where on Jesus comes from.
Okay. It says peace upon Jesus.
Peace upon him, but that doesn't get your search, like that's your understanding.
No.
Peace is like your peace
I ask
is Allah.
you, is the name of Allah according to Islam, one of the names is peace?
Yes.
Okay. So Allah.
Salam, not his name is Al Salam, not his name is not Salam.
Salam is to make definition. It is still Salam.
No, it's not. Al, because we know this from our names.
All right.
You can't say, for example, you can say like you can call someone like a normal name, a normal adjective, but once you put Al in front of it, if it's a name of Allah, it can't be.
All right.
It's very basic knowledge.
If we go
right. It's Salam, it's not Al Salam.
Okay.
But I can follow with you just to make your
point. Okay. So
you can follow. I'm good.
Lord,
go ahead.
Lord have mercy. So when you say to me, it says Al. You just said it is Al, right? Where it says that in the Quran?
Oh, Al-Mu'min, Al-Muhaymin, Al-Jabbar, all of these are Al. Only his names.
I will help you. In the chapter of Al-Hashr, it says Al-Malik al-Quddus al-Salam al-Mu'min, correct?
Mu'min al-Muhaymin.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right. Look what happened now. Allah is As-Salam. Al-Masih start with Al, correct?
Al-Masih, yes, starts with Al.
Why it start with Al?
I don't know.
Why
he's a person. Al-Malik is on Al, or Al-Masih is with an Al.
Because there is no other Masih. Do you agree? Yes.
Well, Masih, we have Masih ibn Maryam. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right. So
I'm just like checking. Yeah.
All right. So the Messiah is the only person in the whole Quran. It says that the Messiah himself said, not only Allah said, Salamun alayya yawma wulidtu. Do you agree?
That there is peace on him. Yeah, in your context, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but in mine it's different.
So Allah he said in chapter 19 verse 15, peace on him. Speaking of the Messiah, chapter 19 verse number 33, the Messiah says, peace on me, the day I was born, the day I die, and the day I raised alive. How Jesus can give peace to himself?
Yawma ub'athu hayya, that's in the future.
No, this is not. This I'm talking about now. It's already.
I'm just looking at the translation.
Is it in the past that Jesus is born already?
Assalamu alayhi yawma wulidtu. That's past.
All right. Remember, you said to me a second ago, your argument was, it says salam, not al-salam. Is that al-salam now?
Here's Al-Salam. Yeah, that's nice.
So when I said to you, Allah, his name is Al-Salam, you said, no. The other verse says Salam, not Al-Salam. Here it says that the Messiah, he is saying, was Salamu alayya. If As-Salam is Allah, who is on the Messiah?
Well, Salamu alayya.
If Allah is Al-Salam, the peace. This is your excuse. I show you the verse. It says salam, not al-salam.
They can easily make it make it a metaphor because of context.
Thank you, thank
right?
you. So guys, a second ago,
But I want to go with
it was
you.
one
I want
of
to
the
go with
names of Allah, was one of the names of Allah. It is an attribute. Is the attribute of Allah is real or metaphor?
No, I'm saying when you're reading like
Okay, no
the
problem.
Quran.
Listen.
Yeah,
So
I know that. I know that's what scholars
how
do.
Jesus, and he is the only one, he give himself peace.
Christian, sorry, I'm not going against you in this because I really want to follow. But let me say, because you know that scholars can easily like shift the language of it, and I really want to hear your point. So instead of like putting me through the questions, you can just say it to me.
Who is the one who give peace to people?
God.
Is God a believer?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know, like if it would be appropriate to say he believes or not. Like I want to hear from you. What do you think?
What do you mean? You are waiting for me what to say, and then you will say what?
Because it's kind of like saying, is God a worshiper or no? Like, what if he believes? What does he have to believe in? How does his belief work? There's a lot of questions.
Is it possible to
we don't know much.
Is it possible to be God and believer in the same time?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like Allah is very. It's too grand for me to fathom. So I'm still trying to get your perspective.
Are you a believer?
This, and I'm happy to listen.
Are you a believer?
Yes.
Believe in what?
Believe in Allah.
All right. So if Allah is a believer, he believe in what?
Probably
in Jesus.
I don't know, or believe in himself. I don't know.
He believe in himself.
Yeah, he could know himself or believe in himself.
Oh, okay. He believe in himself.
Wouldn't you say like God? Does God know himself though? Do you think God doesn't know himself, for example?
Yeah, but you know, like it says, like if you say that Allah, he believe in himself, like do you Muslim believe like, you know, there's a God the Son, God the Father, God the Holy Spirit, so the Son believe in the Father and etc.? Is that what you are saying?
I'm not familiar with the Christian context, but I really came here to learn it, so I won't assume on it at all because it's not my place to.
But so look what happened. Jesus, he speak of himself in a very secure way, that he had peace on him, and this is the name of Allah, the day he is resurrected, the day he died, the day he was born. In the case of Muhammad, he's not sure. Is that correct?
Case of Muhammad, I don't know.
Isn't it what your prophet says, that he don't trust, is not secure with the makr of Allah, the deception of Allah?
I don't know. Maybe if you see the verse, but I don't know. Like I can't recall for sure how it is.
How old are you?
This particular verse.
How old are you?
I'm basically 26.
All right. So you never heard that no Muslim should trust Allah?
Not in that sense, no.
Not in that sense?
Speaking of my personal experience, like I don't know, there's definitely stuff out there.
Can you trust Allah or you cannot?
I personally can.
Okay, so why the Quran saying only losers they trust Allah?
I really like the Jesus thing.
No, don't change it. Why the Quran says
we were talking about it.
Only losers trust Allah?
Okay, can we talk about the Jesus thing first?
Why only losers? Translate to everybody what you see on the screen.
No, this is فَأَمِنُوا مَكْرَ اللَّهِ فَلَا يَأْمِنُوا مَكْرَ اللَّهِ. Anyone who basically believes that God basically like want in the context, not in the thing.
Read it
like
for
that
us.
God won't get to him.
Translate.
Like
translate.
أَفَأَمِنُوا were they secure from the makr is kind of like some, I think, deception or cunning to be precise.
Okay.
The cunning of Allah.
All right.
فَلَا يَأْمَنُوا, so none would be secure from or trustworthy, aman, because aman is trustworthy, or secure from the cunning of Allah, except the people who are losing.
Exactly.
Sorry, the losing people.
Losers. So the only one who can trust, and this is your translation, he can trust the deception or the cunning of Allah is the stupid ones, because they trust Allah. So a true Muslim is the last one to trust Allah. So how Jesus in the Quran says, peace be upon me, in the day I am resurrected, the day I am born, the day I was I will die, and he is so sure. But the Quran itself says only losers can be sure that Allah, the cunning person, the deceiving person, only losers will trust Allah.
Only losers will trust Allah, because verses are in context. Just like the verse of like kill them wherever you find them and all of these things that people against Islam like to use. So in that sense, if you're secure that God cannot get to you, if God cannot like reach you, and like God has
no.
cunning
You see
ways in
what
order
reach
to
you?
reach
You said
then
you said.
you're a loser.
Listen, you said everybody here, guys. Did he say cunning? Did you say cunning, deception? Did you say that?
Cunning,
All
cunning.
right. What
It's cunning to be, I think, to be
what
more precise.
deception and cunning mean? Scam.
Cunning means a cunning person is a person that has like he's like a witty person. He's kind of like a person that can get to you by like by means, you know, like he's not.
No,
He's like a very strategic.
he is a
person.
scammer. He's a liar. Con artist.
Okay, sure. If you want to say makr and kadhib, you want to make
Con artist is a person. He fool you. He lie to you. He make you believe in him, so he can. Okay.
Sure,
So you just said to me that
let's go for
Allah.
it.
You just confirmed that Allah.
Let's go for it.
But this is Satan. Satan.
All right.
Satan is a conning artist. He con you, to fool you, to deceive you, and the only one trust Allah, according to the verse, chapter 7, verse number 99, is the stupid ones. And you Muslims, you fabricate a translation. Look at the Muslim translation, guys. Conning and deception become plan. You see, this is why you cannot take what the Muslim says in translation. They lie. So Allah is a conning artist. He fool people, and only foolish people, they think they can trust Allah. But then you ask the Muslims, do you trust Allah? They will say yes. But the Quran says only losers will trust Allah.
Christian, honestly, we've been going. I've been trying to give you a point, really.
Okay, my friend. I'm not going to give you more hard time. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see if there's any Muslim. I will give you a break because obviously you have a headache. Do we have any Muslim in the chat?
With forgiveness and love, He sets us free, erasing all our sins, bring peace eternally. In Christ we find unshakable hope, our rock, our foundation, helping us to go. So let us lift our voices high in praise and worship. Let our spirits fly, for in Christ we find the truest joy. His love and mercy nothing can destroy.